many organizations fail because you don't have clarity on your financial operations.
A lot of people jumped out of the market, I think retail, because of the scams. And
the regulation landscape is changing.
I completely forgot I had that.
It's like hundreds and thousands of dollars are just lost because everything is like so fragmented.
In your opinion, what is the best jurisdiction for a build?
Definitely Dubai, Singapore, Portugal. Yeah, there's so many stories, such stories in our space, and we just help you track of everything.
Founders out there, keep your platform super simple. Let people actually be able to come on and use it. Good people, I'm Lorraine Kane, this is WTF Web3, and this is episode 4's headlines. Let's get into it. Isaih Jones, also known as Leon from Snowfall, has taken a pivot from his acting career and has become the founder of Eco3 Labs, which is using AI to tackle chronic stress. Let's have a look at why he was going viral on social media with this video.
Hi, my name is Isaih Jones. Many know me as an actor, but for many years I've been very curious about stress. At Eco Labs, we study something that we call the emotional feedback loop. We're building a non-invasive signal monitoring and AI interpretation. We're giving individuals the access to seeing in real time how their environment is affecting their health. It's not about diagnosis, it's about awareness. Because when people can see their stress, they can stop it before it takes control. So
it's not just actors getting into AI. Jeff Bezos also announced that he has got a brand new AI company, Project Prometheus, which will be using AI to build out spacecrafts, automobiles and computers as he enters the race to becoming the biggest technology company in our new era of AI. And it will be funded with $6 billion of his own money. Before we get into our interview segment, let's look at the markets. It's not looking good, bro. Bitcoin is still bleeding along with all other alts. Bitcoin currently sitting at about 86,000, down about 30% from its all-time high. Now, Bitcoin and the crypto market was looking good towards the end of last week. However, there has been hits, and not only just to Bitcoin, but to futures and emerging tech markets in general. This being said, Elon Musk is still very bullish on Bitcoin and describes it as the currency of the future, where energy is going to be the currency that we all transact in.
Energy is the true currency. This is why I said Bitcoin is based on energy. You can't legislate energy. You can't just, pass a law and suddenly have a lot of energy. Probably we won't have money, and probably we'll just have energy, power generation as the de facto currency.
And last but not least, let's talk about JP Morgan becoming the first ever bank to issue its very own token on chain. Now, this is a JPM coin. It is not a stable coin, and it represents direct deposits into the bank's institution. JP Morgan, being one of the biggest global banks, has decided to go with a public blockchain base, the Coinbase platform, which is an Ethereum layer 2 blockchain, and it's currently only available to institutional customers. So only if you got that big money can you go and get yourself some JPM coin.
New ways to manage your funds on public blockchains with JPM Coin, a deposit token backed by JP Morgan's trust and security. As an on-chain asset that represents funds deposited with JP Morgan, you can streamline your payments and settlements against tokenized assets 24/7, 365, reducing liquidity silos and allowing for payments to be made without the worry of cutoff times. In the future, clients may be able to earn interest.
What do you think about JP Morgan coin? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this, go ahead and share it with someone that you love, and let's go straight ahead into our interview segment. Bye. And welcome to episode 4 of WTF Web3. Today we have Sukesh Tedla, a founder of Kryptos, which is a financing platform for everything finance within Web3. That's from your NFTs, from your taxes, and everything else. But I'm sure you'll be able to tell us more about that. So good morning, Sukesh. How are you this morning? How are you today?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me and doing really well.
Yeah, good. You're doing well, but the markets are not doing so well at the moment.
Yeah, I
What do
was just thinking that.
Yeah, right. It's good. Sometimes we attach our emotions to the markets, but how are
Yeah.
you? What's your sentiments at the moment? With obviously Bitcoin dropping quite significantly down from its all-time highs.
Yeah, I just paused my notification so that I don't get depressed by the market. But yeah, I mean, like being in the space for like 8 years now, going through like three cycles
Yeah,
of crypto. So it's like, yeah, yeah, we've been there before. I think it's just gonna be a phase. You just gotta be heads down, focus on building real products, real use cases,
absolutely.
addressing yeah, the problems in the industry and try to address them. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you have to keep going as a builder. So
Yeah.
there's no way
I
to.
know. We're all waiting for that, when Lambo Day. But
Yeah.
it is just a part of the market, up and down. I think, we're still up from this point from like this time last year. We're
Yeah.
actually still up. So if you're thinking of Bitcoin, I think in a long term strategy, then we're doing very well. We're doing very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, welcome. It's been great to connect with you recently and learn more about cryptos. But for those out there who know nothing about you, nothing about cryptos, maybe you can just give us a quick little rundown about what you do and what you're building.
Yeah, sure. So what we do at Kryptos is basically like Kryptos is a financial hub of Web3.
Yeah.
So what we do is we basically help individuals, businesses, and developers aggregate all their financial data in a seamless way. And once they do that, then we enable them to access different sort of financial products because everything is like relying on the fundamental financial data. So it's really important like to have that data streamlined and standardized. So that's what we do on the infrastructure level. And
Okay.
then we build on products on top of that where we help individuals today with tracking their portfolios, doing their DeFi tracking, NFT tracking, transactions across 5,000 plus protocols, 200 plus blockchains out there, exchanges. So today they can track everything using our web and mobile apps. And for businesses that are building in the Web3 space today, we help them do the treasury management, accounting, compliance, audits, taxes, invoices, payroll. So like everything that has to do with like all the financial operations of an organization can
Yeah.
be tracked and done through Kryptos today. And also for developers, if you're like building a hedge fund or like a new application, fintech application,
Mhm.
so you don't have to like go and integrate every single chain, every single exchange. It takes a lot of resources and time. All you have to do is just come to Kryptos and integrate our APIs, and
Okay.
now you get access to everything in crypto space directly with one API. So that's the vision that we're working towards, like the financial hub of Web3, where you can like access different products and services by just connecting your data once.
Amazing. I like that because for me, as someone who is actively working on my organization skills, I think it's really important to have, somewhere where you can have everything because
Yeah,
Web3 is very fragmented. It's very much,
yeah,
you have like 20 different wallets, all these different, even the other day, I was checking one of my wallets and there was like an NFT in there. And I was
yeah,
like, oh, I completely forgot. I completely forgot I had that. So,
yeah.
yeah, so is using Kryptos, am I able to just see everything in one place? Is it solving that issue?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And like we actually help users find some airdrops that they didn't even know that they received in the past. So it's like hundreds and thousands of dollars are just lost because everything is like so fragmented. You interacted with some wallet back in 2018, but like, now you completely forgot about it. Maybe there is some secret Bitcoin that you forgot about,
Right.
right? Because like, yeah, there's so many stories, such stories in our space, and we just help you track of everything. And now with going into like this new era of crypto where regulatory aspect is like becoming mainstream, So now, like reporting your transactions, like because exchanges are reporting on behalf of you starting
Yeah.
from 2026. So yeah, it's really important for you to keep track of all the transactions. If you are facing an audit tomorrow, like the IRS comes and say, okay, now you have to pay $10,000 in taxes. So you need to have all the proofs ready to go. So that's where we also help customers with that to get everything reconciled from day one. So we help customers who had transactions back up to 2014, 2012 as well to like get everything organized for them.
Cool, amazing. So what made you build out Kryptos? What was like, yeah, your inspiration?
Yeah, I mean, like I've been in the space since long time, but one of my early projects was Telos Network, where I was one of the co-founders. I was a validator, and then I was also like taking care of the financial operations at Telos. And when we were managing like millions of dollars in assets across like so many different accounts, so many different like funds, investment fund, treasuries, grants, and then you have market making. It's like funds are spread out all over the place, right? Like you have 100 wallets, exchange accounts, and deals and everything. So keeping track of that in Excel sheets, and like if someone asks me like internally, okay, what's the status of our assets? Like how much do we have? Like
Right,
I don't have a direct answer to them. Like I have to go and check like all the accounts, reconcile everything, put some
right.
screenshots. Like this is like literally what's happening today in the industry. Like every single major like billions of dollars of foundations are still tracking things manually. So
Mm.
which doesn't make any sense in the space. So that's what I thought. Okay, I took my learnings from that experience and then I started building Kryptos for focusing on businesses, focusing on individuals, like how can we like get everything organized as an industry and like move towards the compliance aspect as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was the whole motivation to build Kryptos.
Yeah, I think that's a key thing as well, right? Is the compliance is really becoming, there's no escaping it right now. I think in
Yeah.
the beginning it was, self-sovereignty and, have this cold wallet and have this storage here, but, they're really cracking down. Regulators are really
Oh yeah.
cracking down on the space. So what's your kind of insights or expert insights into compliance and how important it is for individuals and well businesses, but then also individuals as well within the crypto space.
I think like for the industry to be matured and like see less and less of these scams, I think the compliance is going to play a vital role there.
Yeah.
I think overall it's moving in the right direction, like with MiCA being one of the prominent regulations across Europe, basically legitimizing the crypto organizations because like previously you used to really face difficulties with authorities and banking institutions to actually get a operate as a crypto company. But now in Europe, like it's becoming more and more easier because it's a regulated landscape. So you need to obtain a license and then you can operate, do different things. Same thing in the US, like now it's stable coins, like you have the Genius Act and everything. And now there's a Clarity Act that's in progress as well in the US, focused on, yeah, structuring market structure of cryptos and digital assets. So it basically creates a framework for different sorts of companies and different sorts of investment tools to be operated in a legalized way. So yeah, you don't face like difficulties moving forward. But and when you think about the tax side, so which is another side of the compliance, so that's going to go mainstream starting from 2026 because
Mm.
in the US and across like 64 plus countries are adopting a regulation called CARF, which is a crypto asset reporting framework, which basically mandates all the crypto exchanges and like service providers to registered service providers to report on their users to the tax authorities. Like
Right.
previously, when you were trading on a stock exchange was reporting to the IRS or tax authorities locally. So
Right.
same way, like now exchanges have to collect all the transactions, all the activity you did on an exchange, and then start reporting to the local tax authorities wherever they are registered. And then that information is going to be shared between all the 64 countries.
Mm.
So yeah, in that way, like, I think if you're not reporting as a user, then the tax authorities will know, okay,
Yeah.
I have to send a letter to this person. So that's how I think the regulation landscape is changing. So I think our industry, it's still small, like the regulatory and compliance industry in digital asset space. But now I think it's going to have an exponential growth in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, especially with that compliance and regulation, and a lot of people jumped out of the market, I think retail, because of the scams. And I think
Yeah,
actually knowing that there's going to be compliance and regulation will help encourage some individuals to come back in. So let's see. But
absolutely.
that's amazing information there, that calf. Yeah, how do you keep track of all the new rules and regulations that are coming out? Because they seem to be coming out like thick and fast. How do you at Kryptos do that?
Yeah, it's always difficult because even for us as an organization, when we are operating across like 35 plus countries in terms of tax regulations today, it's like difficult to keep up. But we built processes and tools in place to keep track of any mention of crypto and regulation together. Like
Okay.
immediately we get a notification, okay, there is this new article about crypto and regulation. So then we start like following them and understanding them and talking with our in-house tax experts and also regulatory experts. So we always have like a relationship with different industry leaders who are leading in the compliance space. So yeah, we keep track of the information in such way, and then, but also like when we started building the products as well, we designed the products in such a way that they're modular, so that tomorrow the regulation changes for taxes in one country, so we can easily switch on and switch off certain settings, and then we are able to support that country as well. So a lot of design processes and yeah, modularity of the architecture went into like the process. So
Nice.
today Kryptos can easily support like a lot of countries when it comes to these regulations.
Cool. And you said you're supporting like 65 or 35 countries, or it's compatible with.
35 countries in terms of like official regulations, because yeah, those are the countries that actually published any tax regulations.
Okay.
But there's like probably a lot more who just didn't publish anything, but we still support them. We can support any country pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. And then, in terms of countries which are most crypto friendly, what's the best jurisdiction to build in your opinion? Yeah, I know a lot of people kind of running away from the UK at the trying to run to Dubai. Dubai's always been quite tax friendly place for
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. But yeah, in your opinion, what is the best jurisdiction for a
I mean,
build?
as a founder, I mean, it really depends. It's personal as well, like where you want to live and where you want to stay. But uh, for a company, from a company perspective, yeah, definitely Dubai, Singapore, Portugal has been really good as well, at least in EU. Yeah, and if you are more focused on saving on taxes and things like that, so definitely Dubai and Portugal, where you can save a lot on taxes. Yeah, and then there's also like Cyprus and Malta and things like, yeah, those jurisdictions. But like it really depends on where you want to live and like where you want to build a business as well. So yeah, a lot of factors I would say, but like yeah, these are the primary jurisdictions that I can think of. But for me, like we are based out of Sweden, myself and majority of the team is in India, but we still like operate digitally from day one. So yeah, working from Sweden, like you still have that some sort of like personal life balance in a way,
Okay.
because of the social system that's supporting here for yeah, entrepreneurs and individuals. So that's helpful as well.
Nice, nice. Okay, so you really are an expert, absolutely. So in terms of, your 5-year vision for Kryptos, what does that look like?
So our vision is simple. Like we want to be the go-to like financial platform in Web3. Whatever you want to do, like now moving forward, we're enabling more and more applications to be built on top of Kryptos. So
Hmm.
once you bring your data to Kryptos, you should be able to access 20 different applications, 100 different applications, and get services. So so that's the vision that we are working towards. So imagine you have companies like Plaid or open banking standards in TradFi today. So we want to do the same thing, but for crypto. Like we want to create the first ever crypto data standard for all the digital assets and platforms. And then on top of that, we enable other applications to like create this network, yeah, network effect basically. So all the financial applications should interact with each other in a trustless manner. And then, the users should be benefiting at the end of the day and still have control over the data as well. So I think the financial data is going to be big. Whichever platform is aggregating this is going to be huge. And that's the vision we are working towards that.
Okay. So for a founder or someone building in the Web3 space, maybe an influencer or, crypto whale, whatever, like what is the best advice that you can give a founder or an individual on their taxes, in the space? If they're building an NFT project or they're building the next DeFi unicorn, what would you say in terms of how can they get compliant?
I mean, I'm not a tax advisor, so I can't give an official advice, but personal experience, to be honest, I think it's really important to keep track of all your accounts and transactions as soon as possible if you're not already doing it, and use some softwares like ours, or there's a couple of other softwares in the market to do it. So automate your processes as much as possible, because 1 year from now, you don't remember what happened with one transaction from one explorer. It's going to be crazy to debug that. So it's really important, I think, for you to keep track of everything in one place, organize your data, organize your transactions. And that's how I think you can grow your business, because if many organizations fail because you don't have clarity on your financial operations. So really focus on that, build your financial operations, streamline them, bring transparency within the organization and leadership. Then you can grow your organization in a much smoother way. So you can see your runway, you can see your cash flows, and then you can optimize, okay, how can I improve my sales? How can I improve my cash flows? How can I optimize my treasury to generate yield or whatever, 10% or 15%, think about these things. Don't just rely and have all of your treasury in your own token, because then it's like eating your own dog shit. So it's doesn't make sense. So so really think about these things and make sure you have everything organized.
Amazing. Yeah, I think organization is the key thing, right? Because
Yes.
you want to build, but like you said, you want to start doing it as you're going, rather than getting 3 years down the line and then you've got a 2-week deadline and you're trying to look for all these transactions and receipts. So yeah, and I've looked at your website and I really like how user friendly it is. It's got nice visuals. It looks a nice design. And I think that is what is needed as well. How important do you think a user-friendly platform is for adoption and onboarding?
Yeah, I think it's super crucial, because I just before this call to you as well, I was speaking with a customer, and we were doing the demo, and they were every single customer that we speak with feels like the user experience is clean and it's not bulky or anything. Because when you're looking at a lot of numbers, a lot of data, it's really important to keep it very simple, minimalistic, and not too much colors and Web3 kind of degen style type of things, because then it just gets overwhelming, So for us, it's light colors. We only use 2 colors, and just keep it super simple. Because you're looking at a lot of numbers and trying to do things. So we recently optimized localizing the languages and everything. So people from different countries and different parts of the world, now they can understand the platform, understand the data in their own local language as well. So we're constantly expanding and innovating in terms of the user experience. But this has been one of the key things for us, a top focus, make it super simple. If I give it to my mother, she should be able to use it. So that's been the focus pretty much.
100%. I have to say to founders out there, keep your platform super simple. Let people actually be able to come on and use it. I think that's the key thing. Okay, just as we're wrapping up then, you deal with a lot of different areas in terms of Web3, in terms of finance. But what's your favorite part of Web3? Is it the NFTs? Is it altcoins? Is it meme coins? Is it Bitcoin? What's your personal favorite part?
I don't know, now you put me in the spot, but I don't know. I think personally for me, I don't really care much about the assets and the prices. For me, it's more about the tech that we are building, and the journey of being an entrepreneur in the Web3 space is quite really different from being an entrepreneur in Web2. It's like you work all the time. There's no like off time in Web3, but because the markets are running even though you're sleeping. So it's really exciting to build because I met a lot of founders, a lot of builders. Like one of my first projects, we all coordinated in Telegram pretty much, and we didn't meet each other for like 3 years, and we were working with millions of dollars in assets, and like that doesn't happen in
So true.
in the, in the real world. So it's like the trust aspect and everything, the whole journey of being a builder in Web3 is like that's what I like, to be honest.
I love it. A true passionate founder. I like that. So, okay, so we're coming to the end. How can people find you? Because I know you've got a round open at the moment. So if people want to get in contact with you or they want to become a customer, how can they best do that?
So our website is pretty straightforward, brand-wise, like Kryptos.io. It's pretty straightforward, Kryptos with a K. And you can reach out to me on LinkedIn at Sukesh Tedla. I'm available on X or Telegram, so it's pretty much a straightforward name, Sukesh and Tedla. And email me as well, sukeshtedla@kryptos.io. I suppose we're going to have some emails and links in the post. So just feel free to reach out, and happy to chat.
Wonderful, amazing. Thank you so much, Sukesh. It's been a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.